What's quackalacking, guys? I'm a Duck Quack here, and welcome back to another video on my channel. So in this video, we're going to have a look at the market crash. We're going to have a look at the reasons as to why it's happened so unexpectedly and so massively. We're going to have a look at what the future holds for it. We're going to have a look at player prices in the future and what we expect them to do, amongst a bunch of other things. Right, guys, so first off, EA pulled it out the hat big time this year. They released a massive FUT birthday squad with legends from previous FIFAs involved. We've got the likes of Torres, Sturridge, Villa, David Luiz, all of your sweaty legends from before. Even Ashley Cole's in here, a left back in the MLS. The reason that these are such a big deal are because it's reminiscent for people. It reminds them of a great time, and they want to play with these players again. They want to play with them in their prime, and that's what EA have given them the chance to do. Huge stat increases, massive pace across the board, as you can see on the bench there. There's four players that are under 90 pace. This is what people love, and it's exactly what EA have given the community. Now, the reason this has affected prices so much is because, firstly, you've got pack sales. Loads and loads of people have been opening packs, not only packs that they've bought from the store, but millions of people have been saving packs, ready for Team of the Season. And then this big event comes out of nowhere, and everybody just decides to open all these saved packs that they had, which puts a ton of cards on the market, obviously, and hence starts to bring prices down. You've then got the packs that people buy from the store. Yes, we've got all the lightning rounds. Yes, we've got the promo packs they release. But these cards were such a big deal to start with that people were just spending money on normal packs on these players. You've got the rewards from drafts. You've got the Weekend League rewards that only just came in. So a lot of people probably saved those for FUT birthday as well. We're going to have this week coming up more Weekend League rewards coming out. We've got all the SBC challenges, so all the league SBCs, marquee matchups, all of these things. Because the prices of the cheaper players started to come down, because of the amount of packs being opened, these league SBCs became cheaper to do, which in turn gave people more packs to open, and hence put more bigger names on the market. It's all about supply and demand. So the main first reason is this huge team that's been released has just led to a ton of packs being opened, and hence prices starting to drop across the board. We then get onto the SBC side of things. So we've obviously got the guaranteed Team of the Week packs, the tradable and the untradeable versions. We've got these three huge premium players as well. We've also got all of the league ones, the 82 plus rated one, even Player of the Month's out, and it only came out on the same day. So there are tons and tons of SBCs here that people are currently doing. Now, this has had a different effect on the market to the birthday cards and the packs being opened. So because of the Team of the Week 28 guarantee pack, or the Team of the Week tradable packs, all 84 rated players, 84 rated informs, etc., etc., have started to rise. They're currently at about 4,100 coins on Xbox at the moment. Now, while these player prices are going up, the same is happening to high rated players. So the likes of Czech, the likes of Lloris, anything really 88 plus. 87s have seen about a 50% increase. 88s have seen about 100% increase. 89s have seen about 150% increase. Just because of free player SBCs. Free huge players, mind you. A centre defensive mid, David Luiz, has caused absolute panic throughout the community. The card looks incredible. I want it myself, but it costs about 1 million coins. So this is EA's way of getting rid of coins from the market. If you look at it and say, everyone who completes David Luiz, let's assume they got stuff in their club and that they're spending 500,000 coins to complete it. That gets 500,000 coins off the market. Same with Torres, maybe 400,000 coins. And El-Shaarawy, maybe 200,000 coins. So every time one of these are completed, they're getting rid of coins from the market, which means that there's less coins available on the market, which should suggest, however, that player prices didn't take a massive drop. Now, there's other factors that I believe that are influencing the current market crash, and we'll have a look at those in a second. But as for the SBCs, we're seeing more of player price increases than them helping to the market decrease, if that makes sense. Right, guys, so the next factor we're going to look at here are going to be one-to-watch cards. Now, this is something that I didn't account for myself, and I'm guessing that you guys didn't account for it either. But no one did, from what I saw anyway. But all of these cards have dropped in price, and this it ties in with everything else and helps for the market crash. So because one-to-watch cards are based upon how well the player performs in real life, and with the season drawing to an end, everybody has been Well, nobody's been thinking about the end of the season. That's been the main problem. Everybody's been buying them at the same price, selling them before the matches. They've been recovering, selling, etc., etc. It took a huge market crash, a huge event like this, for people to, whether they knowingly sold them based around the team of the season and the league ending, or whether they just sold them because they wanted coins, it's led to them all crashing in price. Now, this makes complete sense. There's so many of them on the market, and everybody's either getting rid of them to open packs, to do SBCs, to take part in FUT Birthday, or they're getting rid of them because they finally realised, well, Team of the Season's around the corner, and these cards are going to be absolutely useless. This goes two ways, obviously. The first thing it does is helps for a market crash because they all get piled onto the market, they get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, and they start crashing. The second thing is it leaves massive potential for investments because although the season's coming up to an end, if one of these players were to get another inform, that could be their biggest card they get this FIFA. So the likes of Gabbiadini, for example, if he got an upgrade, he'd not going to get a team of the season. He's only been in the league for half a year. Then that would be probably the biggest card he'd get this year. So we can still invest in these players now that they're really cheap, and they can still rise before match day. The same process will still carry. But they've probably got a lower resting point now because of this. Right, guys, the next thing we come on to here is going to be the Weekend League. Now, the Weekend League always has had an effect on player prices. So player prices have risen leading up to it, and then dropped after it when people sell their teams. This is a 5-week month this time, so things have been a little bit different. A lot of people have been mentioning they've already achieved what they want for the month, so it's time to just take it casual, play a couple of games maybe, and then leave it at that, keeping their gold elite or whatever they've achieved for the month safe. This affects prices because these players aren't buying players from the market. Instead, they're just leaving their players out there, selling their teams potentially, and hence the demand isn't quite as high as it was before. We're going to see the same thing happen after the weekend, most likely. A lot of people panic selling their team or just selling their team normally, and hence prices dropping even lower, followed throughout the week by more packs being opened, more SBCs being completed, and hence Weekend League rewards being released. Then we could see the market drop even further, if I'm honest, and that's the worrying thing right now. At the same time, though, it has to recover at some point from all of this, and that's, I think, what we're going to have to look at now. Right, guys, so next Friday, so 5 days' time, the event comes to an end, and hopefully things should start getting back to a more normal level. What we do have to remember, however, though, is we've got Weekend League rewards on the Thursday, and we've also got pretty much everyone who's been paying attention is going to be receiving a 125k untradeable pack. Now, this again can affect the market. If you pack someone in that pack that you've already got in your club, you're obviously going to be selling them on. So this will lead to a load more players being placed on the market. On the flip side, however, we've got a brand new month for the Weekend League. So people are going to be building the best possible teams they can, just to ensure that they get off to the best possible start they can. This is where we should start to see a slight recovery of prices. Packs aren't going to be opened quite as frequently, so the lower tier players, so the ones needed for the SBC leagues and stuff, should start to regain a little bit of value. The same with the premium players that are constantly used. The likes of Czech or Lloris that are used in these SBCs at the moment will more than likely start to drop from that point. But the rest of the big name players hopefully should start to see a rise again. And that's when we should see a market starting to recover. However, we have got Team of the Season literally maybe a month away. Maybe just over a month, but around a month to 6 weeks away. So people are going to have this in the back of their mind the whole time. It might result in them being a little bit too afraid to spend big money, hence holding on to every coin they have until Team of the Season. What this does is it ensures that there's an overflow of players left on the market that just aren't selling. So prices are driven down to meet demand, and hence the market crash remains. Then when Team of the Season rolls around and people start to realise, well, I can't afford a full Team of the Season squad, then the prices will start to increase again. So all the normal player prices, all the Team of the Week prices, well, obviously the Team of the Season prices are going to be huge, but that's when we might see a massive market recovery. So there's two options on how it can all go ahead. One, the market stays in absolute turmoil up until Team of the Season, or two, we start to see a recovery on Friday when people start building their Weekend League teams and when people start assuming that the crash is over. So guys, just on a final note before I end the video, I'm just going to speak about a few investments that I feel could come off. Now, these are not safe, they're risky, but it's just based on the general consensus I've got from people. So the likes of the premium SBCs for David Luiz, for Torres, for El Shaarawy. A lot of people are saying, wait until weekend league rewards to do these. Wait until this happens and then do them. Yeah, that could make sense. But if a lot of people are using this logic, these high-rated players, the likes of Cech, the likes of Courtois, the likes of Ozil, these players could just increase when everybody panics to complete these at the last minute. Now, I'm not saying we go out and invest in these, but I'm saying it's going to be interesting to watch the prices of these players between now and the end of the week and see what happens to them. It's the same kind of logic with 84 rated players. The only problem is I think people are starting to get bored of the packs and the team of the week. So if the next team of the week is stacked, 84 rated informs, 84 rated players, we could see an increase here yet again. The same goes for the likes of the Player of the Month challenge or the rare cards needed for League SBCs. People will start to complete these nearer the end. So if you could pick up a really cheap inform Lukaku or a cheap inform Belgium card, these are still great investments. Just gauge where you think the market's going to be willing to pay for it and just try and snipe them for lower than that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end the video there. So it's only a short one this morning, just based on what's been happening recently. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop the like, subscribe if you're new, and comment with any questions. And again, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.